YouTube. Okay, normally I wouldn't be filming something like this, but because some viewers have asked, what a typical day or routines that I go through are like for van dwelling, because they are contemplating van dwelling and just trying to figure out what it's really like. I am filming stuff that might seem kind of mundane, like this. I just got out of the library, okay, and it is about 3:42 p.m. I woke up this morning, about 7 a.m., but it was raining, so I stayed in bed, which was, of course, the van, and then got up and went into the library to basically work on YouTube. The YouTube videos were behind, needed to be, straightened out. Basically, because I'm trying to crank out so much YouTube videos and shoot so much content, I'm often behind. And because I'm shooting on my cell phone, the videos fill up pretty fast. I don't know if you've noticed, most of the videos now are in the 10 to 15 minute range on average, maybe even 20 minutes. So they take up a lot of storage. And some of them I've had to shoot in segments, because like the stuff with the AC repair on Little Blue 2, I had to keep cutting it up to try to break apart the music so that I didn't get hit with a copyright violation and claim, because if I get that, then the copyright holder can basically claim my monetization or even force me to remove my video or mute it, so those are concerns that you have to deal with as a YouTuber. But anyhow, it is about 3:43 in the afternoon. I decided to call it a day at the library. I've been working for about 6-7 hours, just basically working on YouTube videos, getting the uploads tagged, labeled. I didn't really do a really detailed labeling and tagging, but just processed about 8 or 10 different videos. So that sounds like a lot of videos, but for this channel, because we've been doing like 2 or 3 or even 4 videos a day, that's only like 1 or 2 days worth of 2 or 3 days worth of videos that I'm up ahead. So I'm obviously shooting another video right now, which is more content for the channel. But this is part of what my routine is. When I'm not working for a temp agency or working another job somewhere, I'm actually working on YouTube. And that's what I'm getting ready to do right now. I've been doing it all day. Some people might think I'm not doing anything, but I am actually sitting in a library where I had so-so Wi-Fi access, and I can sit down and have my computer out and try to fix some problems with the videos, edit them, consolidate them, put segments together. That's all very time consuming, and then you have to upload it. Then I have to clean up the computer, and the phone memory card so that it'll be reset for more filming. Now that I've finished, I'm gonna try to get me some late brunch dinner. I didn't even have breakfast this morning. I got up at like 9, I was still pretty full, so now I'm heading out to get some food. As we are driving right now, I do have some rice in my rice cooker with the water in there, but I haven't started cooking it yet. It's because my next trip is to a nearby Walmart to buy some food. Yeah. So whatever I'm going to buy, I'm going to be eating it with rice. So I have the rice in the rice cooker system, the inverter cooking system right now. I just haven't started cooking it, and the reason is I'm going to be going into the Walmart and getting the other part to cook with it. Then I will go ahead and turn on the rice cooker and let it cook. The reason is if I start cooking it right now, I have to turn on the inverter. I have to start the cooking process, and I don't want to stop it in the middle of cooking. And while I'm parked at Walmart, I can't shut the system down. That's one of the complications with cooking while you're driving, cooking in a vehicle using the electricity generated by the vehicle. So I have power right now coming from my alternator, after it charges up the vehicle starter battery, and it comes into my house battery system, which is connected to the inverter, which powers my rice cooker. Now, even though I have a house battery, if I try to run the rice cooker on the house battery, it'll probably only last 3 to 5 minutes before the battery's totally drained, because the rice cooker pulls out 300 watts, and it basically burns through the electricity. So you have to keep the system charging as you're cooking. That's what I do when I'm driving or just sitting there and have the engine on. Anyhow, I have the rice prepared to cook. I will be cooking it, but I need to pick up something to eat with the rice. I know some of you wonder why I eat the rice plain. I actually don't eat it plain. I just don't eat it with anything on it. I cook like a main dish, which is probably some kind of meat or vegetable dish, but mostly meat. And then I eat that with the rice. And, I like my rice white and plain, because it absorbs the flavor from the food, which I tend to overpower with flavoring, usually soy sauce, and of course the badia, which is very spiceful, spicy. It's very tasty, but probably full of salt. So this is typical of a day when I'm not working. Well, it's not typical, because there really is no typical day. It just depends on how I feel and what's going on. But for today, I woke up and I decided I was going to get caught up on the YouTube, which I did. I was going to clear up my camera, which I did, which is why I'm filming this episode now, because I now have space on it. And then I left the rest open until I finished with the YouTube, which I just did. And of course, I'm hungry, because I have not eaten all day, and it's nearly 4 p.m. So whatever meal I'm going to eat is going to be a fairly large meal. And I figured, since it's so late in the afternoon, I might as well stop by Walmart and pick up some food. Debating if I want to go to the compound and film some more episodes out there, film another cooking episode out there. But it's like a 40-minute drive to get out there from here, from this location. I know if you're watching on YouTube, it's hard to tell, how far apart things really are. But when you watch all my different episodes, I cover a range of upwards of 100 miles. Basically 150 to 200 miles within this area that you're looking at, all the way up from the Kennedy Space Center down to the Palm Bay compound. I think it's like 70 to 90 miles difference just between those two. And that's one way. When you go two ways, it's back, that's 200 miles almost in the same county. Brevard County is long and skinny. So I'm heading right now to the Walmart, and we'll be looking at food. You know what? I think let's be different today. Yeah, let's be different. Instead of going to Walmart, I don't really plan too far ahead. Instead of going to Walmart today to buy our food, let's go to Aldi's. I know that Walmart has some decent stuff that I want, but I think I'm going to pick up something from Aldi's just to be different today for this episode here. So I will go pick up some food from Aldi that I will plan to cook to eat with my rice cooker. So as soon as I get in and out of Aldi, I'll start my rice cooker and drive to my destination. And I've decided, you know what? I don't think I'm going to go to the compound today. I think I'm going to stop by the storage unit, which normally I don't have a storage unit because they're kind of expensive. Like the one we have is like $100 a month. Yeah, to store our stuff. My wife got the storage so she could store the stuff that we have, although she's contemplating just getting rid of everything because, it's $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year that you're paying just for a tiny little room that's just slightly bigger than this van to store all your personal belongings. So all the stuff that we had from our apartment, as well as when we were living at Walters, is stored in that tiny little bin. I think it's like probably like a 4 foot 4-foot by 10 or 12 foot deep, room. Anyhow, I'm planning on taking some items over there and just tossing it in there, to get it out of my van, because we're going to be doing a van reveal video for those of you who are new to this channel, just to show you what Little Blue 2 currently looks like. She's actually been fixed up the best she's ever been since I've had her in the last 3 years. I know she's kind of old and has like 359,000 plus miles on her, and was starting to hit some serious issues and falling apart. But thanks to several kind viewers, actually lots of kind viewers, as well as the kindness of the Express Tech Auto and the staff there, we were able to get everything working, including what I'm sitting in right now, which is air conditioning. I just turned it up to make it a little bit cooler here. But I have air conditioning in the vehicle now, which I haven't had and never had since I had the vehicle. So Little Blue 2 is actually really nice now. I mean, as far as what she can do, she's able to support my full living as well as cooking. And now she's got air conditioning, which means I don't have to roast anymore. When I'm driving somewhere, I don't even have to have the windows open. This is really important for my wife and children when they're riding with me. They're not as used to sitting in the heat as I am. Me, I'm used to it. So anyhow, back to the point here. Routines. There is no real routine. Just formulating a plan each morning when you wake up, and then kind of figuring out what you want to do for that day. My big goal today was to get caught up on YouTube, which I just did. And now, after I did that, is when I decided to make my second goal. And my second goal is to, My second goal, sorry about that, there was pedestrian walking with a baby, and another car stopped, and then I decided I had to go because the whole traffic had stopped at that point. That's not normal, but they had to stop for the pedestrians, so that's normal. But then the 2-lane highway got stopped, and I went ahead and bolted. I went ahead and crossed it. But we are actually now at Aldi's, so let me show you Aldi's. Alright, I want to show these to people here, but you can see I am currently at Aldi's supermarket, and we'll be going inside to buy some food to cook up. So stay tuned for that.